For the holiday season here, many of us are going to be either going to parties or maybe you're hosting parties. So Diane Gottsman is with us, and she's got some tips on, well, mainly we're talking about the holiday office party because a lot of people can run into trouble here. And so she wanted to go over some etiquette and some tips for you as you head out. And this is the season. I mean, I think parties probably will be happening as early as this weekend, right, Diane?
They've started already. That's right. That's right.
Between Thanksgiving and the first week of December. So what do we need to keep in mind, just in general, for holiday parties?
Well, when you're at an office holiday party, you want to make sure that you remember it's an extension of your day. So you don't go to an office holiday party and let your guard down.
Okay.
You know, in other words, don't be over drinking and hanging from the chandeliers. Not that you would act that way at a regular social party as well. I hope not.
But just to keep in mind, you know, more so for a holiday office party.
That's right.
Because, you know, what can happen? Then it can make for an embarrassing moments once you have to go back to work, or maybe you don't remember what happened, or you say something and then you have that pit the whole weekend.
What you do at that holiday party is going to be talked about the next work day. So you know, just keep that in mind. So don't drink too much. That's number 1 tip.
That's probably the biggest thing,
That's
right?
the biggest thing. You know, don't. One is best. You know, nobody's going to like that, you know, 1 drink. But you carry it around, nurse it. You know, less is always best. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah. Because a lot of times when you have maybe too much to drink, you say things.
Loose lips sink ships.
That's right. Okay, now in general, you also have some other tips which are good. RSVP in a timely manner. People still don't adhere to this,
Oh my
do they?
gosh, that means to respond within the week. You know, don't wait around and shop your options. And once you get, because that's what we know that you're doing. If you haven't called us, that means that you're still waiting to see what better is coming along.
Right.
And you may not skip an office party. You absolutely cannot skip that. That's mandatory fun for you.
Okay.
And then once you get there, you have to work the room. And what that means is you are charged with mixing and mingling, making conversation, talking to people that you do not know. So don't just hang out with the people that you do know. If you have clients and vendors, go meet them. If you're at a social party, if there are people you do not know, just walk up and introduce yourself, because that is so important. That shows that you have confidence. And by the way, your host wants to see you all having fun. That's the reason they invited you. So that's your duty as a good guest, is to go mix and mingle.
Tell some of the people who maybe dread these holiday parties. I know there are some people who are like, oh, I don't want to, you know, get all gussied up and go down there and do that. So what do you say? It really is part of your job, isn't it?
It is. For an office party, it is. You have to get dressed appropriately. No plunging necklines and micro minis.
Or see-through tops. I saw that one time.
So yeah, when you're going to that office party, and really, you know, socially, you have to think about where you're going. So, and let your wife or husband know if you're taking them, if they're invited, because we don't want any uninvited guests. So if they're not invited, we have to keep that in mind. But if they do come with you, they need to mix and mingle also. They can't stick to you like glue, you know, elbow to elbow. Because
or maybe be a wallflower.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, don't sneak out the back door.
Okay, how many times do we say we're just going to go for a minute and then we're going to take off?
Right.
Because your host knows. He or she notices.
Right.
So make sure that you are there for the duration, or at least a good part of the time, and always say goodbye to your host.
Absolutely. And thank them for having the party,
That's right. That's right.
Diane, it's good to see you.
Nice
Thanks so much. Some good tips for our viewers this morning.